Well, obviously, lost a heartbreaker at San Jose. Got to be able to finish the possession. I mean, they certainly made some tough, crazy shots at the end, but we've got to control what we can control. And when you give up 2 offensive rebounds at the end there, you get the stops. You just got to come up with it. And, San Jose has been playing everybody close. I wasn't surprised it was a close game. I didn't think it was a trap game. I thought our guys were ready to play. They were playing hard. They had energy. They built a lead in the first half. Just one of those games, so still sitting in first place in the conference and got a great opportunity versus a very, very tough Boise State team that played their butts off versus Wyoming last game. So excited about the opportunity.
I can't imagine you were listening to player introductions a whole lot before games, but is there something nice to a good feeling knowing that Max Rice isn't going to be announced tomorrow night? He's not going to be there?
Yeah, I mean, I went and rewatched all 3 of the games yesterday, and my goodness, at our place especially, just hit some really, really tough shots. So I don't know what he's doing, if he's playing overseas or whatever, but just a terrific player and a gamer. So, yeah, nice not to see him.
That said, Tyson Degenhart, preseason player of the year and a 4-year guy that's going to be one of the best 4-year guys in this conference's history. And it's hard to say he struggled so far this season, but maybe didn't get going as early on, and maybe that's why they're not being talked about right now like they were in the preseason. What do you see with Tyson Degenhart's season? Would you say struggle in any way?
No, I don't think struggling. Maybe not as high volume as before. They've mixed up some lineups. I think like we all are doing right now because of new players, everything like that. But I've got so much respect for him. I mean, he can make the 3. He can drive it. He can put you in the post. He's a warrior. He's had some great games versus us. So I think with Boise, like maybe they haven't. Now, last game they did, but exploded onto the scene as much. But they're right in striking distance. And I know when Degenhart's playing, like you're going to get a warrior and a competitor and a winner. So he'll be there. Still 2 more months in the season, so I wouldn't be shocked if he's in contention for that Player of the Year, first team All-Conference type guy.
And then we have noticed, obviously, especially with the San Diego State game, but really started before that the defense that you guys have been playing has been on another level the last 4 games or so, whatever the number is. But along those same lines, the offense, now that a couple of those are rock fights, a couple of those are anomaly, 1 for 16 shooting performances of Wyoming. But 4 straight games, you guys have been held double digits below your scoring average. Is there something going on with the offense that you guys could get maybe going again?
Yeah, not making shots and missing free throws. So, and that's, we all want every shot to go in. We've embraced the defensive side of it because we're just not shooting the basketball well. I even thought versus San Jose, they made some tough shots at the end. We were pretty good defensively. We just didn't rebound the ball well. So if you look at the percentages in conference, nobody's shooting a great percentage. Like, CJ was 1 for 9, so that kind of is alarming on a box score. But then you look at Phillip, he didn't shoot it well. True didn't shoot it well. Mustafa made a big one at the end. But you're making 3 threes, and 2 of them are coming from one guy. And free throws. So it's just, it is what it is. We'll work on it. We'll give them confidence, but if you're not making shots, you could still defend and rebound. Defense has absolutely gone the right way. We got to embrace it, whatever the game might give us.
I thought you guys really did make plays there in the final on offense. I mean, from Nelly making both free throws to every basket you got through the end. You had to have been pleased with that. I mean, that's when the game was on the line offensively. Yeah. Really good stuff.
Yeah, execution-wise at the end, I thought was really good. Obviously, the last play wasn't good. I can assure everyone I didn't draw up a pass half-court shot for Nelly. Don't dribble. I'm not sure what that was, but we didn't. We wanted to get Donovan in the open court and with about 2.2 seconds, see if he can go make a play. It's obviously not an easy situation. But, yes, Donovan made some big plays. Mustafa made a 3. Nelly made some free throws. True made some free throws. We did a lot of good things. We had an opportunity. I think it was Donovan doesn't get a rebound. Mustafa, the ball kind of bounces over his head. And then they made big plays.
And then speaking of that last play, so kind of take us through what the game plan is
again?
For that.
You want me to do it again, Joe? Okay, I'll do it again.
No, I mean, I was just curious.
The goal was to get Donovan in the open court. So we had True inbound the ball. We had Nelly be a screener. I debated, do I want Nelly in there? But I thought they'd pick up full. They didn't really pick up full. And I wanted to send the other three guys down the court. Donovan was supposed to go long on the outside, and he cut on the inside, which was still fine. True just needed to lead him, and he didn't.
Yeah, it looked like Dent was open enough to have been able to do what you were trying to do.
Yeah. Yeah, it's just it's a fun story, but it's not an easy situation to put a coach in the length of the court with 2 seconds.
With Boise's style of play, what do you see as the biggest challenge that they're going to present you guys?
Big, strong, physical. Cardenas has always been one of my favorite point guards, even at San Jose. I've always loved him. I wish we had Jalen House back because he gave him fits. Dagenhart, terrific. I think they're, Meadow, who got a haircut, which is an amazing story, but he's a terrific player as well. Stanley's coming off the bench. I mean, what a good player to have coming off the bench. So, Boise's always been a big physical team. Buchanan's another terrific one. So I believe they're picked to win the league, right? I mean, and rightfully so. They're that good, and we've got that much respect for them.
Is this another team that you see that really gets up to play in this environment at the Pit?
I think everybody does. I think everybody gets up to play us, whether it's because we have fans, we have the Pit, we were in the tournament last year, and everybody gets up to play San Diego State and Boise and all these teams. I wouldn't be surprised if Boise's ready to go. I think everybody all around has been ready to go in all of these games.
I like that Nelly finally got his 3-point shot, though. At
Yeah,
the end of the game.
Yeah.
Look, I know you can't actually make shots for these guys, but the fact that CJ's been struggling and Mustafa has had a couple of rough games, does it change the way you bring guys in? Like maybe does Jovan get a couple extra minutes?
Yeah, I mean that's the debate. That's the debate is guys are not shooting well, and the guys that are, Jovan is certainly one of them. I played him almost 16 minutes. I put Mustafa back in the game. He made a jump hook. He made a 3. So I went with that. I debated playing Jovan at the 5, but I didn't love that matchup with Viola. But yeah, I mean, I told the guys yesterday before practice, like, your percentages. Like, so embrace the defensive side of it and the rebounding side of it. Stay confident, but the way you get your confidence is through work, not through some fake confidence. Continue to take good shots. I don't think we're taking bad shots. Maybe last year that was a trend at times. I don't think with this team, besides sometimes at the rim, but we shot 50% at the rim, which was really bad, especially versus a team that doesn't block a lot of shots. So, it is what it is. But yeah, maybe you got to look at playing some other guys too.
I know look, losses happen. It's just part of the game. But how do you recover from something like that? Do you, like last time we talked to True, he said you treat wins like losses too. But
to treat this as a win.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I think the tone of our program is a little bit different than what the world is or what social media is. I try to be very, very consistent after wins, losses, all of it. So I don't. Last time we lost, we reeled off 7 in a row. Do I think that's easy to do? Of course not. But I don't worry about that. Like if we lose tomorrow, I don't think it's going to be because we're panicking. I think it's because Boise State's a good team.
Boise State, big and strong, you described all that, but they're actually rated much better offensively this year than they are defensively. Are there any weaknesses in the defense that you haven't seen in years past that they're struggling to get going right now?
No, I think they're pretty similar. They remind me of Wisconsin basketball with Bo Ryan a little bit, where they've got, they're not a big pressure team by any means. They're more of a back up and wall up. They don't foul a lot. Fundamentally sound. They had an offensive explosion at Utah State. Both teams did there, which was fun to watch. Obviously, they played terrific versus Wyoming. So I think they're a really good team. I don't see a lot of weaknesses in what they do. new faces like everybody else, but some consistency, whether it's Cardenas, who was in the league, and Dagenhart and Stanley and those guys.
And then you did touch on the 3-pointers earlier, and in Will's question about struggling shooters, it kind of touched on it too. But are you changing anything you're calling because of the, again, lack of 3-point volume, just even taking them? You guys are still not taking a lot of them.
Yeah, that's more my concern than making them. Is I think you're starting to see some guys that don't want to miss, and that's a problem. So it was hard last game because Nelly obviously is a threat down low. Atiki's not as much, and Atiki played 20 minutes because Nelly was in the foul trouble. So no, I mean, we're also missing free throws that we got to get better at. So I wouldn't say. I don't know what I can run when guys don't make shots, so we'll stick with what we're doing, and, they just got to be confident and knock them down. And my concern more is at the rim, where we just haven't been as good, and the free throw line. But again, it is what it is. Go embrace the defensive side of it and the rebounding side of it.
Your concerns with 3-pointers at the rim?
Yeah, I'm concerned with it all. We lost by 1 on the road, and the sky is falling.